and for administration. With the team's agenda as our compass, we have a beautiful story to tell. Lagos is on a path of interminable development. The day has come for a wrap-up of the 6-week-long stewardship accounts rendered by our colleagues in the cabinet, by our commissioners, special advisors, and head of government ministry, department, and agencies. So today, our team captain, Mr. Sanwo-Olu, who is the governor of our state, will present the scorecard of our administration in the last 2 years. While his presentation will highlight our achievement, I will not want us to miss the symbolism on this very important occasion, which is purposefully to entrench accountability in the political adventures of our state and, of course, Nigeria. When it is feedback time in Lagos State, it will be business-like because our stakeholders are investors in social safety, prosperity, and advancement. And such outcomes they will see because they must see it. From this day onward, by our gathering this afternoon, we have signed a social creed that confers the obligation for timely, regular, and purposeful accountability to Lagosians in our different offices, in our different roles and capacities. We know and we understand that we owe Lagosians progress reports. So, because of what Lagosians have also seen, we are proud to say the things that we have done and the things that we will do. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the new culture began 2 years ago, but the scorecard will be given today by Mr. Governor. So Governor Sanwo-Olu will rise to speak as we catch a glimpse of a greater Lagos from his presentation. So I welcome you to this historic event. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State has stated categorically that Lagos is on a path of irredeemable development. I think he deserves a louder round of applause. Please, let's give it to him. One thing about this government is that they have consistently recognized that together we can make Lagos a truly, truly, truly great state. I'd like to recognize and welcome Chairman Civil Service Commission, Mrs. Olubumi Fabanwo, Chairman Health Service Commission, Dr. Atinuke Onoiga, and Chairman Local Government Commission, Honorable Kamal Bayo. Thank you very much for coming. The Hausas have a saying. They say, Goni ya Fiji, which means seeing is believing. I'd like to ask you to please sit back, relax for a couple of moments, but please concentrate on the screen. It's not we saying it, it's the people saying it. This has been 731 days of action. Engineer, take it away from me.
I came here, I'm here for 2 weeks now, at least. I didn't feel as if I don't have anybody to sit beside me. God continue to bless him, long life and prosperity. We are grateful for his word and what he has done for us.
The nurses are nice, the doctors are very okay, they attend to us very perfectly, and everything is fine. Everything is fine and nice. Thank you to the state government for providing for this new facility and everything inside it. I have to thank them also for the nurses, the staff, everything. I just want to say thank you for saying.
On that day, my wife went for her antenatal clinic, and from there she got the flyer. And when she got home and she explained to me, and I saw the flyer, I read through, and I said, okay, this is a good scheme. And said, okay, let's give it a try. That's how we got to know about it. And we went to the hospital, we met the one of your agents there, and he shed more light on it, and we were impressed, and so we went for it.
Hi, my name is Adela Korede, and the bus has been wonderful for a very long time now. As you can see, it's a lifesaver. Even if I'm sweating, like I could not just wait to enter the bus and enjoy the cool atmosphere.
My name is Mr. David Bello, and I've been flying through Oshodi TBS with the new buses provided by the Lagos State government. I really want to commend them for a job well done. It has really made transportation in Lagos very easy.
I normally come here and board the ferry to Ikorodu. It's always a good experience. It's very safe. There's never been an accident. We wear the life jackets and we're going. And I think Lagos State government is trying. They're doing their best.
We discovered that people could not really afford this. So Lagos State government, in its wisdom, now came up with another program, rent-to-own program, which is you pay 5% of the cost, and 33.3% of your salary is calculated, and you pay over 10 years. What we are doing presently is to see how we can increase the years to 15 years, so that we can bring the cost further down.
The Almighty God, bless him, not only him, but the deputy and the whole people.
It has boosted the landscape in terms of the new look. And when it comes to the effect on the business around, I believe it is going to affect our business positively.
Pé kán tún rántí wa nínú ìjọba wọn, kán tún rántí wa sílẹ̀.
They called me that I should come. I went there. I saw many people that are successfully nominated as I was nominated. So I was crawling before now, and I'm now walking. For your information, I've been driving. I will not forget.
I really appreciate your work, and thank you, sir, for your support. I thank the Deputy Governor of Lagos State.
We must be able to talk to our people directly to speak to your needs.
The environment is conducive for learning. The teachers are happy. Everybody around, they are happy. Even the community itself, they are very, very happy seeing this kind of construction in this environment. In fact, we are counted to be among the blessed.
The school isn't what it is now. And then we had no chairs. But now we have a lot of chairs in the classroom, and the students can comfortably sit down in the classroom and learn. And teachers are more equipped with teaching materials, and they also have teaching aids which to feed the students, and that makes learning easier in my school. The building attracts students, makes them want to go to school, because they also bear in mind that in the building there are a lot of equipment for learning, so they are enthusiastic to come to school and learn.
The streets now is very, very fantastic now, very accessible now, unlike before. When it rains, during the time of rain, all areas here are generally flooded. But now, everything has stopped. So you can see the vehicle moving in and out of this area. So it is very accessible now and highly encouraged.
And before, the street was very bad. That everybody know that water used to, immediately rain started like this, water used to enter everywhere. Then I don't even believe that the street can be like this. Most of people that come to this street, they are saying, wow, so this street can be like this. So we appreciate our governor.
Doing this bridge now, I'm starting to bring about the congestion of the cars along the streets. Of course, some will go up and every other thing. So to bring about less traffic on this way, I think it's an economic development.
We are happy about this bridge and the way they plan it, my sister. Everybody has been letting about that. If Nigerians are doing things in this way, why we're not happy? So we are happy about this thing we are doing now because we see our money is moving, our money in progress. But today we are very happy. After the bridge, I know there's nothing like hold up again.
Isn't what it is now, and then we had no chairs, but now we have a lot of chairs, a lot of chairs in the classroom, and the students can comfortably sit down in the classroom and learn, and teachers are more equipped with teaching materials, and they also have teaching aids with which to teach the students, and that makes learning easier in my school. The building attracts students, makes them want to go to school. Because they also bear in mind that in the building there are a lot of equipment for learning. So they are enthusiastic to come to school and learn. And it makes learning, the building has really improved learning in my school.
Time I came to the school during the COVID-19, I saw our class beautiful, innovating, more conducive. I said that, who is the person responsible for this? Who is the person that did this? Who is the person who created this conducive environment?
It has been something else. It wasn't that okay. But after the construction of this beautiful edifice, it has been tremendous. The attitude, behavior, everything about the students have drastically changed for better. They come on time to school. The assembly, in fact, if you check the assembly, even starting from the assembly in the morning, the attendance have been very, very impressive. Because when you see them in the assembly before, you'll be thinking, you'll be counting where 2 or 3 are gathered. But now, when you see the assembly, you see full force students. Because the environment is conducive for learning, the teachers are happy. Everybody around, they are happy. Even the community itself, they are very, very happy seeing this kind of construction in this environment. In fact, we are counted to be among the blessed.
We go a long way in reducing the sufferings of the people on a daily basis. It's a welcome development. We so much appreciate it. We love the idea and innovation of the governor.
We appreciate the governor for doing this for us. And we assure the government that we are going to make good use of the jetty, efficient use of the jetty, and it will be well managed.
Only come here and board the ferry to Ikorodu. It's always a good experience. It's very safe. There's never been an accident. We wear the life jackets and we're going. And I think Lagos State government is trying. They're doing their best.
The street now is very, very fantastic now, very accessible now, unlike before. When it rains, during the time of raining, all the areas here are generally flooded. But now, everything has stopped. So you can see the vehicle moving in and out of this area. So it is very accessible now and highly encouraged.
And before, this street was very bad. That everybody know that water is to immediately.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
water is to enter.
We can go on and on and on,
people that come to this street,
and it will be testimonials of greatness. The Canadian poet and author J. Gilbert Holland says, "God give us men. A time like this demands strong minds, great hearts, through faith and ready hands." Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the microphone a careful planner, prudent manager of resources, and a man with an avowed commitment to the welfare of his people. He's an apt specialist in the area of Human and Developmental Strategies, a versatile professional with a background in surveying, finance, and who has excelled in private sector and the public sector. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a sound, charismatic, visionary, and uncompromising leader with a determination to take Lagos to the next level.
Indeed, this gentleman has revolutionized what is called governance in Nigeria. This is a man that has a heart after God's own calling. He's a man that has the love of the people at heart. One of the things that this man did in the course of the last 2 years, Benga, he faced a crowd of people who were agitated. And in the process, one of them actually pelted him with a sachet. And this gentleman smiled and glossed over it. That is what humility does in a human being. Benga, he is an exemplary leader. He is visionary. He is dynamic. He's a team player. He's a lover of all that is good. Some people say he's a lover of beautiful things. Check out his wife, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, please put them together for this bold, audacious, brave, assertive, just, innovative, determined, and energetic friend of ours.
Please welcome
our governor,
Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu.
Sanwo-Eko.
He has paid it. A round of applause for Mr. Governor.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to appeal to all of us because I've got 8 pages of protocol to read. Because of time, I'm going to adopt the very well-established protocol that has been well read out for us this afternoon. And I want to just plead with you that I will take the fine for not reading out the full protocol, but you can understand that the time and the day is far spent. Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy, for the kind words, and also to all our MCs that have been very, very gracious with the words they've used today. Dear Lagosians, as I promised in my video message, which announced our administration's 2nd anniversary, which about 3 weeks ago detailed how we started 729 days ago. I would like to take this moment to show you a glimpse of the greater Lagos, the Lagos that I promised you. This occasion presents us with an opportunity to reflect on the journey for a greater Lagos. In fact, it was a very special one that we take very, very seriously. It's indeed a very special in the life of this administration. We're exceedingly happy with the progress that we have made in the last 2 years. Our accomplishment has placed us at a vantage position where we can now catch a glimpse of the greater Lagos we envision together. Our destination now is in sight, much more now than ever in the history of our state. We have moved the direction of advancement and the conviction about our progress that we believe is incontestable. We can see it, we can feel it, and that's why we're here today. Daily, we experience some discomfort here and there because of the multiple construction and ongoing reconstruction that we have in the state. This sacrifice we need to collectively make towards the actualizing of our vision for a greater Lagos. This discomfort will cease, but not very soon, because the tempo of work have just started. The infrastructure development and the fiscal construction have just increased. Many roads projects have gotten to a stage where the construction and the execution are coming out from the ground. Our state will be like a massive construction site, and so I'll plead that for the next 1 year or so, just bear with us as we continue to change the face of your state. As a government, we have consistently matched our words with action. We have worked tirelessly to transform into reality our shared aspiration of making Lagos one of the most functional and habitable cities in the world, the one that we all can be truly proud of. We believe that we can do it, and we will do it. We have laid a very solid foundation for the transformation of our state through strategic intervention and meaningful execution beyond this period. Listening to my colleagues, commissioners, heads of ministries, departments, and government agencies rendering accounts of their stewardship in the last few weeks, you would have noticed that they've been with burning passion. They've been showing you with strong dedication what the journey has been and how they've taken up the responsibility and the challenges of their office. And they've done it differently, but they've done it purposefully. It is actually impossible for me to provide a detailed account on a daily basis of what we've done for the past 729 days. However, the smoothness on the newly constructed and rehabilitated over 300 inner roads at 20 and 37 LCDA and on some of our major arteries are just a small, verifiable testament to some of our achievements in our first pillar, which is traffic management and transportation. Is it from Milverton Road to Thompson Road in Ikoyi, or is it from Adiola Deku, Adiola Hopewell to Akeadeshola and Adiola Deku that were working in Victoria Island? Is it from Demure Street or Church Street in Koshofe to Buba Marwa and the Navy Town Road in Ojo? Is it from Sholui to St. Finbar's Road in Akoka to the reconstruction going on the Wire Road? Is it from Shobo Arobiodu or Ududua Way in Ikeja to Aradagun Road and Hospital Road in Badagry? Is it from Jimo Odutola and Babsanimasham in Surulere to Egon and Camp David Road in Alimosho? We can go on and on. We have also concluded works on some strategic roads across the states. The phase 1 of the Lagos-Badagry Express Road from Agboju to Trade Fair, which is a 10-lane, is ongoing. Lagos-Badagry will push it to Kokomaiko when we finish that phase. Or is it a 13.6 kilometers from Abule Egba on the BRT corridor from Oshodi to Abule Egba? Is it a phase 1 of the 6 kilometers from Ijede to Itamagon and Itamagon and the other village that I'm going to talk about very soon? But work is also going on at Obasekumade and Ipakodo Road in Korodu. We're doing the 7.8 kilometer at Owutu on Agric Ishawo Road, also in Okorodu. We're pushing on the 19.37 kilometer at Ijegun, Ijagemo, Ijeododo Road in Alimosho. We're pushing on all the boundaries around Alimosho and Agbodo-Oke towards the Ogun State. The phase 1 of the famous Lekki-Epe Express Road, which is an 18.7 kilometer road which stretches from Eleko Junction all the way to Epe Junction, is a 6-lane rigid pavement concrete road that we're doing. The phase 2 of it, we believe once the phase 1 is completed, which will be a 26.7 kilometer beginning from Abramadesoya roundabout, taking you straight to Eleko Junction. It is also, thank you. It is also my pleasure to inform you that the Lekki Regional Road, which passes through VGC, Chevron, Ajiron, will come out at Freedom Road. It's at high speed, which is almost 9.8 kilometers. with a bridge component in it. We believe that when we commission some of these roads next year, it will give relief to all of our citizens at the Etiosa axis, Ibejuleki axis, Epe axis, Ikorodu axis, Ojo axis, and Badagry axis, as currently being experienced by citizens at Okoba, Iju, and Okekoto in Agege local government, where we have delivered the famous Pen Cinema Bridge, which when we inherited this government, it was less than 20% at completion. Other efforts in this regard include various junction improvements and reconfiguration. At the first and second roundabout in Lekki, on Allen Avenue roundabout, Aja roundabout, Igondo roundabout, we have pushed the LASMA, our all famous LASMA. We've recruited over 1,000 additional LASMA officers, and we have repositioned them. We set them far and wide to ensure that they continue to keep our roads moving. We have improved 28 traffic junctions with retrofitted street lights that are very sensitive, and we're currently also improving at 22 other junctions that are at various levels of upgrade and rehabilitation. If we look at our H pillar, which is on health and environment, we'll say that our proactive and efficient management of the COVID-19 pandemic has been adjudged as our most significant achievement in health. But against this backdrop is the fact that Lagos has been the national epicenter of the pandemic. Our robust response as an administration, of course in partnership with the private sector and the federal government, has played an important role at ensuring that the outcomes is commendable and what we have seen all around our country. Lagos led that conversation. Lagos led in identifying and ensuring that both the first wave and the second wave came under an imaginable and a controlled level. And I think we all deserve a round of applause for that. But it's also important to note that the situation that the pandemic presented for us an opportunity to showcase the best in our state. I must admit that we witnessed an improved capacity and capability in the area of infrastructure and personnel training. Aside the ongoing renovation that we have in some of our comprehensive health facility at Ibutemeta General Hospital, Harvey Road Health Center, the General Hospital in Lagos, the Solo General Hospital, and the K2 Ejiri General Hospital. The pandemic has also enabled us to start a new facility, which we have a new Mercy Children Hospital coming up in Lagos. We have a new General Hospital in Ojo that is also ongoing, brand new. We also have a new mental and rehabilitation hospital that we have started at K2 Ejiri, also in the Ikorodu division. Fellow Lagosians, we do not know when another outbreak will occur, but I can assure you that indeed we're ready. Your state is ready to defend your territory and to ensure that in the event of any other one, we're ready for it. And that's why we're also ensuring that we can build our 300-bed isolation center. That's why we also have gone in an advanced stage as building our own research, African Research Institute at the Infectious Disease Center in Yaba. That's why we've also commissioned 3 oxygen plants at our various hospitals. That's also why we're building the capacity of our doctors and building new doctors' quarters in Bagada and Isolo. We'll continue to remember our citizens that paid the supreme price during this COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, our administration will also ensure that our women and child health is not left behind. And so that's why, in the course of 731 days, we had handed over our maternal and child center at Etiosa. We have handed our MCC at Igondo. We have handed over our MCC also at Badagry. I'm pleased to also note that the MCC, which are called maternal and child hospital. Each one of them is a 110-bed hospital. I'm happy to also announce that we'll be commissioning the MCC in Ekpe next week. It's actually ready and is waiting for commissioning. To look at our environment is to say that the cleanliness is a requirement for a general well-being. Therefore, administration has invested significantly in waste collection capability of Loma. Specifically, we are expecting the delivery of brand new 100 compactor trucks. In fact, as I speak to you, 28 of them have been coupled. I just got news that another 58 has arrived in the country. And so we will be handing over brand new 100 compactor trucks. We have also produced 120 dyno bin trucks for the use of our waste management agency. Similarly, we have also increased capacity. Our PSP operators now from a 320 turnaround compactor trip, that has increased to about 720 compactor trip on a daily basis. So you can imagine once our 100 compactor also goes in, that means that indeed they can do over 1,200 compactor trips on a daily basis. So the cleanliness that we're seeing in Lagos will be taken to a higher level once we launch these new compactors. From the cleanliness of the drainage around us to the beautification of our parks and the awareness created by the Lagos Recycle Initiative, which has been welcomed by all Lagosians, we can feel the increasing freshness and the air that we breathe now in Lagos, cleaner and better than what it used to be. We are also purified by the timely maintenance of our dump sites at Olusosun and the other places for quick turnaround for refuse disposal. And we've also started an initiative what we call Lagos 4 a.m. program, meaning that while you are asleep, all of our PSP operators are meant to go around the city and clean up the garbage so that they do not have traffic or traffic hold up while doing that during the day. On our attempts regarding drainages, we're currently working at 56 different drainage sites as I speak. They are assigned to support our flood control and the management operations that we usually have during the rainy season. We have projects that are moving from Santos Layout Channel in Tokwemu to the International Airport. We have movement from Itedo Channel off Freedom Road in Lekki. We have the Abraham Adesanya Channel off the Lekki-Ekpe Express Road. We have the Husband Dolphin Channel that is also being rehabilitated and cleaned up as we speak. We have the Kajola Channel also in Ibeju-Lekki towards the Free Trade Zone. These are just some of the 56 new drainage channels and reconstruction that we're doing currently. Over this period, we've also completed the channelization of several ferry routes, notably the 6-kilometer Ijede to Badore dredging and channelization, the 7-kilometer Bayeku to Aja dredging and channelization, the 16-kilometer from Bibute Ojo to Marina dredging and channelization, and 16-kilometer Ijede to Marina dredging and channelization. Besides dredging and channelization, we're also working at a total of 15 jetties. We are constructing 15 jetties concurrently as I speak with you. We have jetty that's being constructed at the VIP Chalet in Badagry. We have jetty in Apa, also in Badagry. We have at Ilado in Amuo Dauphin. We have jetty in Itoumu in Epe. We have jetty in Ijegun-Egba in Ojo. We have jetty in Ebutero in Lagos Island. Jetty in Liverpool in Apapa. Jetty in Maltu Lagos. Jetty in Isalu and Ajido waterfront also in Badagry. Jetty in Ijede waterfront in Ikorodu. Jetty also in Ofin in Ikorodu. Takwa Bay in Etiosa, there's a new jetty coming up. Ilashe in Ojo, there's a new jetty coming up. Okeranla in Etiosa, there's a new jetty coming up. And Marina waterfront, there's a new jetty coming up. Of these 15 new jetties that are ongoing, 6 of them, we assure you, will be commissioned this year, before the end of this year. An additional 4 will also be awarded again so that we can, have a full rig of jetty and water transportation in Lagos. Not only are we doing jetties, we have also intervened at ensuring that we increase the capacity of our LAC ferry. From 14 ferries that we procured last year, this year we have increased their capacity to 22, meaning that we've added additional 6 high-capacity ferries into their fleet. These ferries are carrying passengers from 60, 50 to 20 passengers, and they are being transversed from different parts of the state. Similarly, LASWA, which is the Lagos State Waterways Authority, are currently building a control and command center specifically for water transportation. This will enhance safety on our waterways and ensure that the security of our passengers that are using the waterways are next to none. The effort is also being complemented by ensuring that they are currently installing navigational equipment on all of these waterways. These initiatives and facilities are developed to encourage water transportation and to continue at attaining our goals of ensuring what we promise, which is an internodal transportation system in Lagos. On our education pillar, and like in every progressive government committed to a long-lasting educational reform, we recognize that education is the difference between our past and our future. With education, we will discover that what is amiss yesterday, what should be done today, and what tomorrow is meant, what we require for tomorrow. Because of our outlook and quest to remain a globally competitive city-state, adequate investment in education for our children and young adults have become a defining attribute for your administration. Year on year, we have increased our budgetary allocation to education and integrated technology into our school curriculum. Your administration have completed over 1,097 school projects in just 2 years. We have built, and this is for the first time in a long time, we have currently built 6 brand new secondary schools from scratch. We have provided over 100,000 new tables and chairs for our children. We have added new 450 classrooms into our schools, and we have provided over 2,000 bed hostel spaces in our model schools. Our model schools that are boarding schools, we provided for them 2,000 brand new bed spaces in each, in all of those schools. We also introduced what we call the EcoExcel. EcoExcel is an education reform program that is targeted at developing highly skilled teachers through training, giving them support, and of course motivating them. The EcoExcel initiative has reached out to over 13,000 teachers. It has reached out to over 450,000 pupils, and it's been currently going on in over 1,000 schools in Lagos. In fact, learning outcomes are significantly improved, and our primary school enrollment has increased significantly because of the visible impact that we have with our EcoExcel on the pupils. I must say that EcoExcel is important to the success of our Project Zero Tolerance for out-of-school children, meaning that we have a zero tolerance for out-of-school children, an effort to bring back the pupils that are at the verge of discontinuing their education, because we noticed that during COVID, that some children, because of a long layoff from schools, were not planning to come back. So it was a deliberate program and project that we set out to go look for each of those pupils and bring them back to schools to continue, in their educational pursuit. And on that project alone, we brought back close to 3,000 pupils, and I must say that I commend Ministry of Education for that. And as we speak, we have also handed over 60,000 handheld devices to our pupils, 60,000 handheld devices to our pupils in our public schools. Of course, our post-primary and tertiary institutions are also not left out at ensuring that we endeavor to rightly position education as a catalyst for social economic development in Lagos State. Last year, over 2,000 teachers were recruited into our public secondary schools, and we stretched the opportunity for a continuous learning with the establishment of additional 21 adult literacy centers, which took the number of such centers to 1,284 in our state. The global ranking of our state university, Lagos State University, is a reflection of the level and quality of support provided to this tertiary institution. LASU moved to prominence and occupies a regal position in the hierarchy of university, not only in Nigeria, but in the world. LASU and other state-owned tertiary institutions have received both ample material and financial support that have adequately strengthened their operation and has boosted their competitiveness, not only nationally but internationally. Today, LASU have become the reference choice of a global university partnership that we see in the country. And owing to its standing, LASU has just signed a partnership with Cornell University, a university that is an Ivy League research university in New York, United States, where an executive program has been jointly signed. And to further support that initiative, the state government is currently building a purpose-built business school for LASU on Victoria Island. Thank you. In addition to this, we're also building at the LASUCOM, which is the Lagos State College of Medicine, a first-class facility for their faculty. We're also planning that in LASU, we're doing with our PPP model, we're currently constructing about 8,728 bed space hostel in LASU. And we believe that this hostel will be completed within the next 8 months or so. I'm also happy to inform us that the administration is also at concluded plans to revamp and to upgrade the Lagos State Polytechnic, LASPOTECH, and the Lagos State College of Education, LACOID, into a university status. Meaning that we're on the journey at converting the other 2 tertiary institutions into a university. LASPOTECH currently also have a new administrative building that will be completed within the next 8 months, same as new facilities at the Lagos State College of Education in Ojo. Aside from the institutional support, administration also ensure that bursaries are not left behind. Over 6,400 students, are currently enjoying that, and last year it was a total of about 220 million that was disbursed, and this year about 220 million again has been disbursed to about 1,000 students. On technology, we say that the world is looking at our direction because the enormous human and material resource that technology possesses. But the most viable means of any value exchange at this time, we believe, is technology. No wonder we say that technology is the new oil. So our government is standing up to call to implement technology at the heart of everything we do in Lagos. We're becoming #Digital Lagos, a smart city of relevance. This vision has started to crystallize. We have commenced under a PPP model, the laying of 3,000 fiber optics across the state. Out of this, I'm glad to announce to you that 1,800 kilometers has been completed. And this 1,800 kilometers has been connected to 100 public schools and 12 hospitals, meaning that there is fiber connectivity in 100 public schools as we speak and in 12 public hospitals. The vision is that fiber will be connected to almost every part of the state. But not only fiber, is to work and to be able to support our smart city project. Our smart city project is made up at enhancing our traffic management solutions and security. We're planning to install about 2,000 high-definition cameras right around the city. But as we speak, at the first test of it, we have installed 150. And these 150 cameras are live and available for us to see. Thank you. The hashtag Digital Lagos is not just an idea. It's a culture that has animated by a recently launched Lagos Innovation Master Plan. Similarly, we established what we call the Lagos State Science Research Innovation Council last week. This council is meant to drive investment in research and development for our tech-focused youth. And last year, they were able to grant over 250 million to various tech startups in Lagos. Last week was able to grant over 250 to various tech startups in Lagos. This year, they also have a budget of about 300 million to identify tech startups in Lagos again and be able to collaborate and give them this grant so that our youths, our people of tomorrow that are so inclined to ensure that the opportunity that the technology space provides for them, your government, our government is supporting them and ensuring that they are part of the world. With technology, making Lagos the 21st century had become a lot easier. And we have started witnessing the integration of technology into different elements of our team's agenda. Of course, our administration has moved resolutely to address some of our challenges that is affecting us to be called a true 21st century economy. This has begun with an increased efficiency of government services and operations to enable a speedy processing of government permits, building approvals, approvals relating to subsequent transactions, approval relating to construction permits. We have repealed the 2018 land use charge, which was replaced by a 2020 property land use charge, which is more friendly and giving them a better rate charge. And we're seeing that collaboration and acceptance from the private sector from these initiatives. While the new land use charge was a response to a public agitation for reduction in land use, our administration gained better insight from its engagement, and with the affected categories, we have seen that the number of people coming up on this self-assessment is growing based on this intervention around the land use charge. But I also need to mention that we're also almost completing our EGIS capability, which will ensure that we will find out a full automation of our land administration, meaning that issuers of CFO asking for permits on our fiscal planning or also asking for subsequent transactions on our land will be done digitally. We're almost at the final commissioning of our EGS project. On housing, we said that adequate and sustainable affordable housing remain a challenge, which is fueled by urbanization. We know how many number of people come to Lagos on a daily basis. This trend has continued to ensure that our housing deficit appears to be growing. But our governments are not just sitting back. We are facing this challenge frontally, and I'm glad to announce that within the last 2 years, we've commissioned and we've handed over to our citizens the following projects: a 360 unit at Igbobo in Ikorodu, a 252 units at Idale in Badagry, 84 units at Lekki Phase 2 in Lekki, 132 units in BRF Housing Estate in Iporin, 120 units at Igbokushi in Lekki. We've handed over keys to 492 beneficiaries in Latif Jakonde in Igondo. We're almost completing 1,800 units at Shongotedo in Lekki area. We're almost completing 660 units at Agbowa in Ikorodu. We're almost completing 480 units at Ajara in Badagry, and additional 120 units in Elegushi, Ibejuleki area. These are some of our own testimonial and attempt to ensure that we reduce the housing stock in our state. And we're also working with the private sector. We're identifying people that are serious, and we're working with them to ensure that we can indeed provide land for them so that they also can develop for our citizens at an affordable rate and at a rate in which mortgages also can be offered to them. Closely following housing is energy. We know that energy is still within the exclusive list of federal government, but your government is not just folding our arms and not doing anything. We have procured and is about to arrive 20,000 household electric meters. These electric meters will be fixed in some of our vulnerable and low-end communities in the state. This is our own attempt at ensuring that issues around estimated bills that both Eko Disco and Ikeja Disco are currently have will be a thing of the past. And we have worked with them, and they've agreed with us that once the meters are arrived, we will jointly be installing the meters at some of our residents within the state. We have also facilitated, because we will not sit back, we have also facilitated for the Eko Disco and the Niger Delta Power Holding to sign an MOU to have a direct 400 megahertz supply into Lagos. This is not coming from the national grid. It will come directly into Lagos, and we believe that with the 400 megahertz, it will enhance and improve the power quality in Lagos. These are some of our own direct intervention on the energy space for our citizens. On food security, yes, we know that your state is the smallest, is the tiniest state in the country, but we are committed at ensuring that we can, in fact, influence what comes into our state and how they come in. And so that's why a couple of weeks ago, we launched our 5-year master plan on agriculture, which we believe it will boost our food production and it will strengthen our capability in that sector. Currently, we are also developing feedstock at the Berigbe area in Epe local government. I think we have 100 hectares already that we're developing a feedstock. And we're also planning to build one of the biggest regional markets in the country, also within the Epe axis. And we're doing this just so that we can determine and we can be in charge of what food produce come into Lagos, where are they from, what is their hygiene level, and we can reduce middlemen such that from markets, from the producers to market, it will be at reduced cost and our citizens can realize the full benefit of this. Outside of this, we have also worked a partnership with a company called LIS, and so this is meant to be increasing and enhancing our production in the fishery side. Since we have water, we can do a lot, of fishery, and so we're working with them to double the current capacity that we have from our local fishers. We are also enhancing and supporting the farmers that we have, small and medium-scale farmers on our MSMEs, about 879 of them on aquaculture and rice production. We're also pushing our appeals rice project aggressively. Similarly, we've also empowered over 600 residents and ensuring that they can access a 4 billion naira that we have under the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and so that they can have access to this fund. So we're working with them to ensure that our little farmers in Lagos also can be part of the global trend and ensuring that farming is fanciful and is doable. On entertainment and tourism, of course we know that Lagos continues to remain home to all of the entertainment and tourist destinations in our country. The numerous transformational initiatives that we have deployed, we're hoping that it will strengthen our social economic position of where Lagos currently is. And we're doing this at ensuring that entertainment industry is a major employer of labor. And so we're supporting a large number of our youth in this industry. Lagos continues to remain the hub for entertainment and tourism, not only in Nigeria, but in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. And so what that means is that Lagos is the tourist hub. And so for us is that we're committed to facilitating the development of that sector. through empowerment and partnership. We recognize that we're a major player for labor, like I said, and that we want to support and enhance our youth. And so we've set up an initiative which we call the Lagos Creative Initiative, LACI. This initiative has started birthing because what it has done, it has collaborated with Ebony Life Academy and Del York Creative Academy, and they are currently training over 2,000 youth. And this is a state-funded initiative, and they are training them in cinematography, they're training them in script writing, they're training them in directing, they're training them in acting and other skills that is required for that sector. It's also important that we mention that in the course of the 2 years, we have also handed over the J.K. Randall Memorial Center to the creative industry. Sorry, the J.K. Randall will be commissioned very soon, but we've handed over the Glover Memorial Center to the creative industry. We're also finalizing a theater and a museum in Badagry. We're also finalizing with the federal government the renovation and the transformation of the National Arts Theater. Once that is completed, we believe that will also turn to an entertainment, fashion, music, and technology hub for our citizens in Lagos. That project, we're doing it in conjunction with the private sector, but Lagos State is leading at ensuring that that facility is turned around and our youth can use the place within the creative industry. Finally, in that sector, we're also making available 100 hectares of land for the film city at Ejiri. And so the conversation is on that we can build a proper film city in Lagos, and we're doing that also with the private sector. 3 of our theaters that we commissioned are also actively being used as we speak. And finally, we also provided a 1 billion naira for the support for the tourism sector during the COVID-19 era, and that fund is still available. We also make available additional 200 million naira as grants for film producers and film directors. So if you have a film, you have a script that they've reviewed, that they've looked at, there's a committee that we have set aside, and they can give you grants to support, your initiative and ensure that you can produce this movie, at minimal, challenge or cost to you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow Lagosians, beyond what we've done in the last 731 days is really to talk about the glimpse and the future that we see. And so I'll be sharing some of the laudable projects that we have conceived, that is ongoing, and that it should be ready, if not before the end of our administration, but advance extensively. The first one is the 4th Mainland Bridge. It's important for us to know that this 37-kilometer bypass bridge and road has gone through a very, very rigorous tendering process, and we are at the final stage now. We are committed, and we're ensuring that before the end of this year, we will have signed the contracts for the award and the construction of the 4th Mainland Bridge. This, we believe, will change remarkably journey time on our roads, will change the options that our citizens have to move from one part of the city to another. And it's something that we believe, with the conversations we're having with our private sector, funding will not be an issue, because before we do the groundbreaking, the financial closure also must have been put behind, and we can be rest assured that the funding that will be required for the 37-kilometer 4th Mainland Bridge will have been concluded. Under integrated mass transit system, we're certainly heading in a direction that our city will become so connected by an integrated mass transportation system. And so what we see is that we're building new internodal bus stations. We commissioned one yesterday, which we call the MM2 Mafoluku bus station. In the course of the coming months and year, we'll be handing over and we'll be commissioning, because construction has started, at Ajah bus terminal, at Abule Egba bus terminal, Iju bus terminal, Ojota bus terminal, and Antoni Village bus terminal. These are massive internodal bus terminals that will not only be doing road, but will also have different means of transportation activity going on there. On our rail projects, we have the Blue Line. The Blue Line is a 27-kilometer rail from Okokomaiko to Marina. The phase 1 of this rail, we believe, will have a passenger capacity of about 500,000 when it's completed. And right now, we are at the final sea crossing and beam lane. We are at the final stage of deployment of rolling stock, meaning that rolling stock have been ordered. The construction of interchange station at Marina and Mile 2 have started. And so it's our belief that the Blue Line should be commissioned and be completed before the end of our administration. The second rail project is the Red Line. We have flagged off a 37.5-kilometer mass transit red line from Agbado. The phase 1 of it will end at Ebute Metta, but the phase 2 of it will be from Ebute Metta, also taking you to Marina. So the phase 1 of it consists of 10 stations and 8 overpasses. All of these have been awarded and construction have started. A lot of monies have been paid as compensation to property owners at various locations, and we're confident that within the next 2 years, all of the procurement for rolling stock will also have been completed. So the commitment that we're given is before the end of our administration in 2 years, the Red Line also will be available for our citizens to commute. The Red Line, when it's operational fully, has the capacity to freight close to 1 million passengers on a daily basis. 1 million passengers on a daily basis. For the future again, on water transportation, we have consistently promoted water transportation as one of our internodal commuting options that is available to our citizens. Like I said, we're currently building 15 jetties, and we've invested in boats, passenger boats, and security boats and safety boats for our passengers. We believe that with this investment, safety and security on our waterways is guaranteed. And we have satellite monitoring. Once the command and control center, like I talked about, once it's completed, satellite monitoring will also be enhanced at each of our jetties. And so what we see in future, we see our commitment on our internodal transportation system coming to reality. Our rail will be on, our water transportation that we're currently also developing capacity will be working well, and our bus reform initiative, which you all know too well, that just 2 weeks ago, we launched our first and last mile buses with 500 minibuses. The objective is for us to have that ramp up to 5,000 buses within the next 12 to 18 months. And not only that, we have also launched the taxi scheme. And so the first 1,000 taxi will also be coming in before the end of the third quarter this year. So what that means is that on our transportation master plan, before the end of this administration, our passengers and our citizens will have the option to go on either a rail network for transportation, waterways network for transportation, and have various options on the bus reform. You can use the high capacity buses, you can use the medium capacity, which are the mini buses, which you call the first and the last mile, or you can go on your taxi. Either one will help to improve movement and reduce the journey time for our citizens in Lagos. And ultimately, the issues around Okada and his menace will be completely eliminated because options and necessary alternatives will have been provided for our citizens. Looking forward as well is our rice mill. The Imota rice mill is scheduled for completion before the end of this year. Upon completion, the mill, which is currently the largest mill in the country, will have the capacity to produce about 2.5 million 50 kg bags annually. Not only will he be producing that large number, the mill also has a capacity to create about 200,000 jobs directly and indirectly all around the Imota and the Ikorodu axis. And so I want to assure all our communities around the Imota that the road network from Berigbe, from Itamagan, we're doing the road to Berigbe. From Berigbe, we'll get to Imota, and so we can do a bypass and ensure that the rice mill is not in any form of distress with road connection and road interconnectivity. And so that is on our to-do list, and we shall be doing that. To talk about the future is to talk about our road infrastructure and the new roads that are coming up. As I speak, we have awarded new roads in Surulere from Cole Street to Olatilewa Street, from Zamba Street to Abiodun Wright Street, all in Surulere. We are currently upgrading, or we are currently awarding, we are going to be awarding and upgrading the Amowo Adelano Street in Agege. We'll be doing the Dokwemu Road in Agege. We'll be doing also the Onyiko Abayomi in Ikoyi. We'll be doing McPherson Road in Ikoyi. We'll be doing Cooper Road in Ikoyi. We'll be doing Reeve Road in Ikoyi. We'll be doing Okolonyu Bridge in Alimosho. We'll be doing Idowu Egba, the two wooden bridges that are causing hardship for our communities in Alimosho. The two bridges are on our radar and they are part of the future that we see. So the Okolonyu Bridge and the Idowu Egba Bridge are going to be done. The Mumuni Adio, which is the troublesome Buba Marwa Road in Ojo, will be fixed. The construction of Akeson or Badore Road in Alimosho as well is also on our radar. The Ademoye Alake Lankoko Road, also in Alimosho, is on our radar. It will be done. The construction of Fadaini Obale Road in Orile Ora will also be done. It's part of our future. Omu Creek, which is a bridge over Omu River in Ibejuleki axis of Lagos, will also be done. I'm sure you are aware that for the future, we have also started work at Adeja Dele in Lagos Island, Okepoko, Takwa Street in Lagos Island. We're also starting work at Braithwaite Street in Epe. We're also pushing for our road on Ipakodo, Obasekumade Road is also in completion in Ikorodu, is also on our radar. We're also not forgetting the Lagos-Badagry Express Road. This is a road that we're not leaving undone. We're pushing and pushing to get to Okokomaiko, and so we'll be making funds available that our contractor will continue to move from Lasu and they'll be going towards Okokomaiko. We're also planning to move, like I said, from Itamagun, Ewe-Elepe to Berigbe, from Berigbe to Imota, just to connect that entire connection for the future. We also have for the future a beautiful thing that they will show you, the Okpebi Link bridge and road, which will be connecting to Ojota. This is a transformational road infrastructure that we believe that our city and our citizens deserve in today. And these are part of the future road connection that we see, that we're committed to, that we'll be doing with you. Dear Lagosians, the completion of these projects within the next 24 months will bring absolute transformation to the livelihood and to the economy of our dear state. We have spent the last 729 days laying the foundation for all of this to happen. Just yesterday, we hosted the Senate Committee on Constitutional Review, and we restated our position on true federalism. We reminded them about our request for a state police. We mentioned to them that fiscal federalism is the way to go. And we did mention again that they need to consider Lagos for a special status. This has become imperative and non-negotiable for our citizens in Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, the totality of all of these efforts is geared towards safe and a secure Lagos, where youth employment is guaranteed. With more than 2/3 of Lagos population falling below age 35, it is undisputable that the future of this state is in the empowerment of the youth and the security of that future. Our administration is therefore committed to working with the youth and promoting the safety of our environment going forward. Most of our programs are focused at empowering our youth. In the creative industry, where thousands of them are being trained, where we want them to become masters of their art. We're currently also training over 4,000 in job placement in various companies, both in public and private sector, which we call the Graduate Internship Program. And on our volunteer corps, we have almost 10,000, about over 9,000 of them that we currently are engaging. The youth constitutes the majority of the players also in the tech ecospace, and we have been supporting by funding the innovative startups. Today, we have funded over 20 startups in this area, in agri-tech, in the environmental tech, in educational tech, and also in small-scale manufacturing. Last October, the state government provided $10,000 to each of the several tech startups that we mentioned, and over 70 of them had gotten research grants from the state government in the last 1 year. And so what we're about is about creating opportunity for the teeming population of our youth in Lagos. It's about telling them that everything that we're about, everything we're spoken about here today, is about jobs, jobs, and jobs for them. And we're aware that it is with them that we're building this future. And so we want them to see their government, to see this government as a government that is about them, and is a government that will cater for their needs and provide for them the opportunity for them to excel in their chosen profession. On security, we're currently working with various security operatives to determine what the additional operation or infrastructural needs of the state will be. And in this regard, I shall be coming up in the coming weeks to hand over operational vehicles, communication gadgets, ballistic vests and helmets, anti-riot water cannon vehicles, armored personnel carriers, ammunition and arms if they require, to our various security operatives in the state. This we believe will further enhance and improve the operations, which will ultimately have a positive impact on the security status of our dear state. We will also be recruiting additionally 1,500 into our neighborhood security watch to complement the efforts of our existing security personnel. In conclusion, Everything that we're about stands on two cardinal things: security and employment for our youth. And these are two things that I want to live with all of us. It's only in a safe and secure environment that businesses can thrive, that people can go to their homes and sleep with their two eyes closed, that indeed Lagos can become a resilient and a city that is comparable to anyone in the world. And so it is that city that we want to bequeath to our youth. It's that city that we want to hand over to all of you listening to us today. It's that city that we believe we truly deserve. And our youth is to provide for them an opportunity, be it in creative industry, be it in fiscal planning, be it in infrastructure development, and have that job for the future for them. Because we believe that doing that too is helping to secure the future of our state and the future of this country. I've given you an account of what we have done in recognition of your place as those who bestow on us this sacred responsibility of leadership. We do not take this responsibility easily. We cherish it, we're committed to it, and we'll do everything within our means, within our power. Every blood in our vein will not be left unturned till we get to the greater Lagos that we've promised you. Thank you very much for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Governor of the Center of Excellence and State of Aquatic Splendor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. I think he deserves a louder round of applause. The future is bright. 3731 as the base and the future as the target.